If you were a general in the Civil War and you had the option of two war machines, would you rather take 5 T-Rexes or a single modern war tank to fight for your side?
Jesus Christ. Single war tank. I guess, god damn. I'm trying to weigh pros and cons here. The con is you have something with flesh that could get, even at certain lengths, could get gangrenous. But it is an absolute ferocious thing. It could eat and feed itself off of I'm assuming I'm fighting for the North, so it could feed off of Confederates. You're also I'm also assuming
you assume.
Yeah, let's just say that's the safe side to take for this conversation. So let's just stick with that. Yeah,
side was Cecil County on at the time, guys.
You know what? There's still a coin flip on that one. We're not sure.
Yeah, we were
just checking. it's the northernmost county, but with some southern ideals.
Right.
It's the old line state, baby.
And this is under the assumption that the T-Rexes won't turn on us. They're trained to go and kill the others and then come back, like dragon style.
Yeah, and Jurassic World style. Yeah,
like they send you Chris Pratt to wrangle them.
Right.
No, but you are Chris Pratt, which is why you moved up the military ranks
wait,
so quickly.
you get the khaki outfit? Because
I think
T-Rexes.
If you've got 5 T-Rexes under your command, you can wear whatever the fuck you want.
No.
Well, then mark me down for T-Rexes then.
It's also because you're a tactician and you can designate certain squadrons of men to walk in front of other men and then take 30 seconds to load a gun and then fire it into a line of other men.
With either 5 T-Rexes or a modern tank, I don't know how tactical you really have to be.
But then I guess with the tank, you have to, who the hell's going to fix it? Do you have the ammunition? I assume there's a fair amount of... if you have the tank, you have the technology to fix it, but damn. I'm gonna go primitive. I'm gonna go in the Civil War, I'm gonna go 5 fucking T-Rexes. They're just gonna and just bombard those fuckers.
Alan.
This is a really tough one because I feel like they're evenly matched, quite frankly. And I've been doing a deep dive into the Civil War recently, historically, and I just am trying to imagine like Sherman's march to the sea with a fucking T-Rex squadron. It was already pretty brutal. So yeah, but a tank would be kind of sweet. But I think your biggest holdback is fixing it. T-Rexes, you're probably gonna lose a couple T-Rexes. We're not gonna lie. They had cannons. It can fuck a T-Rex up unless you armor plate the T-Rex, which I think is more feasible than learning how to fix a modern tank.
You could T-Rex plate the tank though. Yeah,
because if I'm just me, but I'm the general of the army, and I have this tank, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna use this fucking space age piece of technology, but nobody here knows how to fix it. So and they did use fucking sticky grenades back then.
Right.
They had already thought of that. So what if they fuck up my tread? Tank's done. We're out of here.
And also you have to figure someone to drive it. I know that even the highest IQ person back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine explaining, to Benjamin Todd that he needs to learn how to move this 100-ton piece of steel. And then you got to get guys like the shells. We were just making fucking balls of metal. I'm fairly certain that tank shells are not balls of metal.
No, and you're just exploding. You're just basically lighting fire to an explosive to just propel metal across.
Yeah, that's how primitive it was back then. There's no
He said modern tank though.
We figured out rifling halfway through. And we were like, whoa, this makes shit so much more accurate. So yeah. It's a tough call, but I think I'm going T-Rexes as well. After all that is said and done, I think they're easy to armor. Well, easy-ish, relatively. We just got to shape some metal. Some Americans can do that. We don't necessarily need to get into making specific manufactured pieces like we need for a tank. And just the sheer fucking spectacle of T-Rexes running down, across Antietam. Could you imagine the splash of Confederate blood in the little channel in Antietam with a fucking T-Rex running through it?
That was already the most bloodiest single day battle of all time. Can you imagine with 5 fucking Jurassic Park suckers running around that place?
Yeah. Or like you're starting to corner Lee towards the end of the war, and he's trying to hold up in Richmond, and you're just like, you know what, T-Rexes, handle that. Get them the fuck out of there.
I can't do it good.
They're done.
I do wonder.
Wrap it up.
I do wonder though if we're not considering the fact that if a T-Rex were dumped into the mid to late 1800s, 19th century, that if there was some disease that its immune system wasn't privy to, it could just romped around for about 6 weeks and then got chicken pox, and apparently that was just catastrophic to a T-Rex. I don't know. I'm thinking outside the box here.
I mean,
yeah, no,
that's fair. We don't know how they fare in snow. I don't believe that they were snow creatures. So, battles in Pennsylvania in the winter might be a little rough. But I think if you just keep them moving, they're a quick infantry unit is how I think about it, much like a tank. You know what I mean? Something you can move quickly across large swaths of land. So as long as you just keep the T-Rex team moving, from point to point, I think you're good.
Yeah, I wanted to take the tank because I could imagine how much damage you could do with a single tank. You could probably win 10 straight battles, but then, like Alan said, he kind of took my point here. The once you run out of shells, nobody's gonna know. I mean, you keep a couple behind. There's a couple smart guys who can figure out how to make another tank shell. That's a possibility. But if you get a big enough group, they could take the tank. They could take it out. Wes, you brought up about being able to fix the tank, but a T-Rex, there ain't no fixing a T-Rex. Once it's dead, So that's why I would employ the no more than 3 T-Rex on the battlefield at a time. You got 2 banging in the back. You're popping out T-Rex eggs. You got yourself a nice little Fort Knox cache of T-Rex eggs to create the next battalion of T-Rex armies.
God damn it, we missed it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so you can make more T-Rexes with T-Rexes. You can't make more tanks with a tank. And I don't think people of that time would have the engineering to be able to recreate the modern warfare battle tank.
So wait a minute. You're suggesting that there's no one smart enough to recreate tank shells, but there's smart enough people to somehow handle captive T-Rex mating?
Hey man, fucking. They'll take care of it.
Right. Get Chris Pratt.
We are Chris Pratt, so we can figure out how to mate him.
I don't think us figuring out how to mate them's the problem. I think it's like, hey, lock those 2 T-Rexes in a room and throw them half a cow, and we'll see what happens.
Some of the animals that are in captivity even under the most romantic circumstances can't pump out.
I do want to add the tank. That's something that came up when Murr was talking. Was the tank has limit? Yes, tanks can go through a lot of different terrain, but this is unsettled, largely United States,
right?
Eastern Seaboard to the scotch of the Midwest. There's a lot of fucking rough terrain that a tank's probably not getting through.
And don't
the
tanks run off
wilderness in
fuel,
Virginia,
right?
Don't tanks run
off? Don't tanks run off diesel fuel? Is that something we're forgetting?
I don't think we figured that one out yet either. I think our boats were coal powered.
Just put them on tracks, I guess.
Where's the coal go? What's this glowing green goo in the back of the tank?
How do you fit a man in there to burn the coal?
Yeah,
he called me big beer on that one.
Yeah, I think the tank's good for a week. But I feel like if you really cultivate the T-Rexes, they're good for the war.